Hey traders, Park here with the finished version of the buy sell pressure diff candle overlay indicator. I added a touch of volume, so volume difference between buying and selling is above one deviation. It'll be bright red or bright green. If it's not, you'll get the lower colors. You can see the color aspect I added into it. If it's above 50%, you'll get this light green color on the candle, and it's below volume difference is below one deviation, you'll still get this light green even if it's above 30 or above 75 or 100. But for the and the same situation here with these candles right here, and you can really see the difference. This is the same chart of this stock, and you can see the different variations that you're getting. You're not getting all these long wicks because you wouldn't. To me, I would understand this and recognize this long wick to the bottom right here as being buying pressure, and you can really see that in here, and it will give me an opportunity to buy into it. If it's below Aflac, I'll look at that later. But if buying or selling pressure in the candle is below 25, you get these empty boxes, or you get these little empty highs or yeah, these empty boxes at the top or at the bottom, as you can see right here. If it's below 50, you get the dark red or you get the dark green, as you can see right here. So those are the main differences I put in this in the finished version. Let me load up the actual bundle because this is going to be set in a bundle. So this is everything you're going to get in the bundle. Let me do that. So in this bundle, you get the buy sell pressure candles overlay, the version 3. You get the simple price channel with the squeeze. You get the candles overlay hour, and you're going to get this the average buy sell pressure diff average. Right now, I don't know why they had a name right there, and you got the buy sell pressure diff unbalanced volume. So let me take some of this stuff off so I can actually show you the different things. So let me take the multi time frame off, and let's get into it. You can see how I added in the labels. I actually added in volume as well. You can see your bar right here. This is your bar, the current bar. You have your average. I have my averages. Come on. I have my averages set at 12 because I'm on a 5 minute chart. Um, 12 bars give me an hour. Here's your number of deviations. One, you can push that up if you want to. Your average hour, I have mine set at 8. You average day 21, average week 13. You can show the labels or you can unstack the labels and they'll run across your screen like so. If you don't like the way I did it, or you can leave it stacked, and this is generally how it's gonna look. Um, with the channel squeeze, let me make this big and just get off of the dual screen. This black line in here represents the mid of the candle, the midpoint for the candle between the high and low, or 50%. You can see right here with the channel, this is your midpoint, this is your high, and this is your low. So if the channel is broken and the stock is actually making new lows on average, then the channel will be broken. Or if it's making new highs, the channel will be broken as well. Let me go over to this day, and you can actually see how the channel worked out and kind of showed your area of support right here. And I put the squeeze in here as well, and this is how the channel works. You can see right here, this actually represents some resistance, and then the stock actually broke above it and actually rallied. And you can see right here, it found this area of resistance and actually rallied off of that as well. And you can see right here, here's your squeeze dots right here, and you got your squeeze also in your unbalanced volume as well. And here's your here's where the stock potentially went down. You can see how the buying pressure came in, especially on this candle right here, and it just went down. And you can see really the difference in the buying being above one deviation, where you're getting these bright green bars right here. And this is your average right here. And you can see right here, it bled all the way down. I had this set on almost like a thermal or the heat map, but it's really the relative rate of percent change. Why I did it with the thermal. So I put in red and green. And you can see how it really got all the way down here, and then it bounced up, and you can just see it. But this is your on average buy sell difference. Kind of like what you're seeing up here, except set for an average down below, just to help you keep track of what's going on within the stock. And you can see in very degree how buying came in, especially if you're looking at the unbalanced volume right here. So let's go back to today, and you can see right here, this perp, I think that's everything that's in the channel. Yeah, so upper band, mid band, squeeze. You can set it to whatever you want. You can do it, change the squeeze colors in there as well. So with the unbalanced volume down here, that purple line is your momentum line. They say unbalanced Momo, but it's unbalanced momentum line. So what it represents is where it was however many bars back, 12 bars back that you select right here. And this also controls your average. I have the average cloud in here as well. So you can see where it's an actual cloud, has two different parts to it. So whatever average you set in here, it's gonna have the a shorter average in there as well that represents 25% of whatever average you select. So right now, this bottom part of the cloud is 12 peers. This upper part of the cloud is going to be 3 peers because I have it set at 12. And like I said, it's 25%. And you can see where your squeeze dots are set to the midpoint. And that's where those points come in, and just give you an idea when a squeeze is taking place. So you can see that up here as well, and you can see it down here. And unbalanced volume is just helping you keep track of what's going on with the volume diff within the stock. And you can see on average right here, you had a push right here, and then you had a push down, and then the stock is pushing up as well. And you can also scan for these averages right here. So if you were to put this into the scanner, you would scan for the up signal or down signal being true. So these are the different aspects. And if you don't like the colors I chose, you can come here and change those colors. And you don't want to see the signals. And also with the unbalanced volume, the colors will change where it is within its average. So I have a 12 period average. So the unbalanced volume itself is pushing away against the average, the 12 period average. Then you get this bright green. But if it's coming closer to that average, you get dark green. But if it's below that average, you get dark red. And if it's rising up against that average, you get a pink. And you can see how everything's working out right here, especially with this stock right here, especially with this bar right here. And you can see where all the buying was going on here. So if I switch it over to this stock, just because I've been trading a while, I understand and recognize all these lower wicks down here represents buyers in this area. So with the actual buy sell pressure diff candles, you don't worry about the wicks, so you won't see the wicks. You'll just be able to see my opinion, the buying and selling pressure. And the other thing that I put in here was this candle overlay. It's another overlay, but it's a multi-time frame. So I have it set for the past. So this is the past hour. So this stock is trading within this last hourly candle high and low. This line right here represents the close, and this black line represents the midpoint of this candle, of the past hourly candle, just because I have mine set for an hour. But if you don't like the colors I've chosen, you can change those as well. But this is a multi-time frame, and you also have the option of switching this to the current. So this will give you your current buy sell pressure for this hour. As you can see, the close lines up and the high lines up, especially with the hour, and this is the current midpoint of this hourly candle, without me having to go to an hourly chart. This works on all time frames. So if I were to, this works on all time frames, but you have to be cognizant of this of your time frame with the multi time frame right here. So if I wanted to look at the current, I need to switch this to a day. And it'll pop up in a minute. Or it's gonna be covered up because it is showing you the exact same thing. And it's showing. So, but it works on everything. So let me change it to, I don't know why it's not. So let's change it to a week. There we go. You can see a lot more clear. Maybe because I have my background being so dark. But this is the current week right here of this stock right here. If I wanted to look at last week's, no, this is the actual past week's. So if I wanted to look at the current week, this is what we're looking at. Today is Monday, so it's going to be the same day. And we can see how the stock really just traded within this past week right here. Let's go look at one of the technology stocks, Tesla. And instead of looking at it on the current week, let's look at it on the past week to see where we are regarding last week's high, close, and low, and the midpoint. And right now, Tesla is trading below it. It's midpoint for last week. And if I wanted to look at this on an even higher time frame, like on a monthly basis, this is last month's candle, buy sell pressure candle. This is your close, this is your high for last month, and this is your midpoint, and this is your low for last month. And this is what's going on right now is, excuse me, is we actually broke out of this last week, 9/11, actually broke out of this last month's candle, high and low. And then we came back, retested it, pushed back above, but right now we're trading back into it. I wanted to see about one other thing. We wanted to go to the current month, this month. And this is what's going on so far this month. This is our current high. This is our current closing price. Our current midpoint, which we're hoping that we stay above it right here. This is actually a gap up day for Tesla on 9/11, but it looks like it's trying to give it all back. But it looks like Tesla might be giving it all back. But we'll see. And let's go to the NASDAQ and Q. I have lines and stuff on the NASDAQ. So for the NASDAQ, we're trading below. You can see there's a lot of selling pressure on the NASDAQ from its high to its current close to its low for this month. And let's push it over to last month to see where we are within this candle. And we're below last month's close. So this also represents last month's close. And we're trading below last month's close for August. But you can still see that the uptrend here. I still say that's an uptrend. Well, for the most part, but it. Let's go back to. It should work. Nope. Yep, and it shows you also, even if you want to leave it on here on a monthly basis, it'll do that. It'll work the same way. If you want to look at it, let's see. Let's look at past week. So on a week-to-week basis, on a lower time frame, and you're just looking for your buying and selling pressure. And this is last week's GPP. Well, this is just the nuances of the indicator of this buy sell candle, buy sell pressure candle overlay, multi time frame indicator. So you can look at it like that. You can look at it from a current basis. This current week is going to be the same thing as today. This is just the midpoint of the candle, and you can see it's black. If you don't like the color I chose, you can change that as well. I'm trying to see. I think that's just about it. And you can really just see this weakness is going on. So this is last week's close for the NASDAQ. This is last week's low. It was able to get back into the candle, but wasn't able to sustain the rally. And it had a nice rally a couple of days ago. I rallied here, rallied there, and where's the big one? Yeah, it gapped all the way up and pushed up into that. And even if you wanted to look at it from a daily point of view, so this is let me look at one thing. And that's really the end of the video. I just wanted to show you the nuances that of these candles. And if we go back to this stock future, show highlighted area. And you can really just see all this selling pressure that was up here. Normally you would just get these wicks, but you can see all the selling pressure here. And you can see right here, it could be a possible turnaround as well. But with the unbalanced volume being this low, and also this buying selling average being diff being that low, and then you come over here and look at the hourly average, it's that low. This is your daily volume within this equity, and it's average of 21 days with the current volume. So let's look over here. Let's try and find Bitcoin was up. The other feature I forgot to say, these you're gonna get the watch list column. So you get the watch list, and this is showing you currently hour, current day, current week, current month. You won't be able to switch back and forth between the past. Well, for the most part, you'll get these labels as well within this bundle. And this is, I was looking for something bullish. And this is what's happening right. even though it's bullish on its hourly average, it's doesn't look good for it. What is Bitcoin doing? BTC. Bitcoin pulled back a little bit. Oh, it ran into this gap. Yep. It ran into this gap. That's what this pink line represents, a gap. So kind of broke above it, but this gap is still playing a factor. You can see where SQQ is starting to struggle. This is daily candle, which is bullish, 62%. Yeah, 5 minutes. And here you got a green candle, but look at it. Look over here at your buy sell pressure. It's showing you there's just selling pressure on this candle. And now it's turned to almost a doji. But you can see where the selling pressure is starting to come in on this. And we can flip it over to the Qs. And you can see where the buying pressure is coming in over here on the Qs. You got those long low wicks, especially with these being right here. I would expect buyers coming in over here. But there's no guarantee. It's below the midpoint of this range right here. I mean, of the price channel average indicator. And the unbalanced volume is still below its average. And this momentum cloud, I call that, is below. It's still showing you it's momentum to the downside, but you can also see it squeezing. So I would expect it to be squeezing to the downside. But this is gonna be the end of the video. I appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to what I had to say. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and look in the link in the description to get the bundle. I wish you the best and stay safe out there. God bless.